This is an amazing day. It's just truly a day to remember. I think we can all see a day like today and it makes us think back to that first time you laid eyes on that special person. They just captured your attention. You just couldn't take your eyes off of them. And you don't want to picture a future without them. I have to think that's how Grant must have felt the day he met me. My name is Matt Glenn. I am married to Grant's oldest sister, Lauren, and I'm honored. Yeah. I am honored to be the best man at this wedding. But seriously, this day is truly a day to remember. And I was trying to prepare for this speech. I was flooded with so many days to remember. And I must warn you, I've been told I'm dangerous on the mic for two reasons. One, when I was in the timeless rap group, Chucky D and the Boys, unlike my rap partner Grant, I spit fire and drop more balls than Hershey's, okay? But two and more realistic, I'm a bit of a talker, so please permit me to recount 3 days to remember, and I'm to hopefully honor our bride and groom and maybe give them a little bit of wisdom. Now, as I mentioned, I'm married to Lauren. She's the oldest sister. Sorry, Lynn, she got you. We started dating 17 years ago. We actually broke up for a year and then got back together, but the breakup was tough. One person cried, Grant. You see, when I met Grant, he was a 12-year-old boy starved for big bro attention. When I came to visit him, 100%, he was like, he's coming for me. Sometimes that was true. He would update, I love my time with little man G. He would update me on all things man, like his soccer career, getting the cops called on him for hunting squirrels with a BB gun in the backyard, and the pinnacle of manhood development, sprouting toe hair. Well, one of these visits still sticks out in my mind the most, because this visit, we had an adversary to overcome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. On the second-story roof of their Ohio house was an enormous beehive, whose size is only likened to that of a honey-baked ham. Well, Dad enlisted my services because he knew at the time I was a member of Bethel College's nationally ranked dodgeball team in small flesh. So, of course, Grant joined me as we headed to the backyard, armed with a tube of Prince tennis balls, ready to send this hive to space. I told Grant, stand back, protect yourself from the flames that are about to come off this laser of a throw, and also the army of bees that would inevitably come after us after I knocked this ham hive to the ground, okay? So, I just want to let you know, I dishonored my Bethel teammates that day. I couldn't hit a thing. And Grant had been waiting so patiently, cheering me on, finally very lovingly and respectfully came up and said, you suck. Now, what happened next I'm going to fail to fully describe, but please understand, this is how I remember it. As I placed that furry green sphere in his palm, Grant started, developed, and finished puberty in seconds. When he turned to throw, he was the fully man you see behind the He unleashed a frozen rope. And like David Stone slayed Goliath, this ball sent that giant to the ground. The next moment was kind of Rocky and Apollo hugging in the ocean, mixed with a little dirty dancing. I sprinted to you, lifted you over my head, and paraded around the backyard, followed by us fleeing the scene because now we were attacked by the bees. That was a day to remember. G, DJ, I hope a day like that reminds you to never underestimate what you're capable of. Face what's before you head on with passion and strength. Celebrate the person you love, regardless of who gets the victory. Laugh and enjoy the excitement and sometimes fear that comes your way. The second day that sticks out happened about 12 years later. Grant called me up and said, hey, would you ever consider getting a tattoo? Yeah, we're going there. Oddly enough, I had been thinking about it for some time. I told Grant, let's do it. I know exactly what I want. He was like, hey, let's be responsible. Let's wait at least a month or two before we get it. But there's one rule. We can't get the same tattoo. That'd be too weird. 3 months later, we both get a tattoo and he gets what I got. But he had a good idea. Let's make it a surprise. Mom and Dad were building a house on the beach, and we were like, epic reveal. Oh, no. Wait till we go down there. Don't tell anybody. We'll pop the top. Hey, you'll be in love with it. Problem with that, Grant. Grant thought a good way to keep a secret was to post pictures on a little-known website called Instagram. And that started storm to brew about 1,200 miles away. You see, Mom and Dad were visiting Uncle Skip and Uncle Tony and all the Cheyenne relatives, and they were around the dinner table when Cousin Cameron started poking the bear. Hey, Chuck! Grant have a tattoo? Mom answered before Dad could breathe. No, none of our kids will ever get a tattoo. Oh, ish. Uncle Skip and Tony begin to chuckle as only they can do. Sure about that, Chuck? Mom and Dad start to wonder why all of a sudden this is a topic of interest. Dad texts Grant and asks whether he had recently gotten a tattoo. Now he is unbelievably in love. In love. That one was in love. Grant is extremely passionate, honest, and just a tremendous human being. But he's the worst liar. But you still try. The text, I believe, was something like, haha, no, we were just thinking about it, haha, and pretended. Grant forgot Dad has Instagram too. Dad then sends nearly identical text to us. Mine had a few adjectives and adverbs thrown in there. And by the end of this, I was the lead ne'er-do-weller, and all this was my fault. So, in the end, apologies were said, forgiveness was given, lessons were learned. That was a day to remember. G, you're so intentional, emotionally transparent, and honest that anything out of your mouth that isn't truth sounds completely foreign. That's a blessing, but remember that in your marriage. Remember that what excites you may not be thrilling to someone else. A difficult truth is better than a comforting lie. Remember to forgive and not judge too quickly or harshly. And DJ, remember this day if Mom and Dad ever find that tattoo you've been hiding. and if so, just blame it on me. So. All right, last day, if you permit me. This happened a little over a year ago, July 2nd, 2021. We met the DJ Scoop. Now, some of you have asked where that name came from. Quickly, Lauren, Lindsay, and I met in Jamaica doing missions work. We weren't suffering on the beach for Jesus. We were all along the southern coast of Jamaica doing basketball and volleyball clinics. Well, every clinic we did over the whole coast, halfway through it, this one Jamaican dude who was a little off would just start wandering into the camp rapping. And in one hand, he held a non-connected mic that he would bring to his mouth to rap, pinky up, because he was a gentleman. And he would just start rapping. And around his neck was a chain, not a necklace, an actual chain, with a Mercedes-Benz ornament, not a charm. He ripped the hood ornament off the car and had it. And every once in a while, he would rap out his name, DJ Scoop! I want you to know, I'm so thrilled that they named you DJ and not Bronte. Okay, wrap up. Back to July 2nd. Now, a couple things surrounding this day. The very next day was my wife and I's 10-year anniversary. We had a big trip planned. We were ecstatic. This is my wife and I's favorite weekend of the year. We go up to Pop-Up and Grograw's house every year, and we go big. My kids love it because Funkle G comes. Fun just okay. And we were pumped. Unfortunately, that year, July 1st, my wife and I and all our kids were involved in a really traumatic car accident. And with scrapes and bruises all over our bodies, my wife on crutches with a broken ankle, emotionally, spiritually, physically exhausted and wounded. This is where we met DJ. DJ, you were an amazing joy bomb that day. I remember vividly you scooping up KK and kissing her face with the scabs on it. You joined Kip in his never-ending life quest for more sea glass. And of course, you helped Wes with the epic clash of Godzilla vs. Kong. But then you lovingly listened this morning and I cried and recounted everything we went through. Oh, you were pretty good with G too. We all knew by the end of that weekend we had more 4th of July with DJ Scoop. That was a day to remember. DJ, remember you have the power of comfort. Whether it's new moms, new babies, new husbands, or broken and hurting families, you bring healing and joy. Grant, DJ, you both love others and each other so well and with so much tenderness. Remember, in difficult times, families needed and will always be there. If you would raise your glass. G, today your quest for your queen is truly over. Serve her well, young king. DJ, Grant says to you today, tomorrow, and forever, I am with you. Today is the answer to so many prayers. Today, your amazing pursuit of purity is worth it, and it is over. Today, we all celebrate with who each of you are, but more so, in who you are together. Today is a day to remember. To grant to Danny Joy Kovac.